Yeah. Alright, we are ready to go. In a way. Alright, set settings, make sure they're all the same, just in case. Because Minecraft does have its little weird points. Alright, so we're going in to do more castle work. Because we've nothing else to do, really. Alright, load in world. Seeing the canal open up like that. Just so nice. Yes, can I help you? Hello there. Out of my way, you four. They're still inside of each other. It's like all they do. Oh, hello, Bazinga. I'm curious what type of plane you have in the profile picture there. Right, nothing in these. This one? Nope. So pickaxe and shovel. Nice. Cobblestone. So if I go with... Ooh, these would be tempting, I will not lie. Ah, so there's the A10. Like it looks like the A10, but it also looks a bit like a passenger, one of the passenger planes. But I forget the name. I think it's one of the McLean ones. The one that's always breaking apart in movies. That's the only one that ever broke apart for whatever reason. I don't mind this one. Should be here. Now, stone bricks. I don't think that'll look the nicest. Well, the most fitting for the front walls of a castle. Maybe like the walls of a castle itself, but not the initial defense type of walls. Oh, I was gonna say maybe follow the andesite, but now that's way too smooth. But actually, that way too smooth could do. Yeah, way too smooth might actually be a good thing. Because castle walls were initially like a solid cobblestone foundation, and they had extremely smooth surfaces, well, straight surfaces, that were impossible to climb onto. So that could be useful. Well, appropriate. Oh, we're 3 now. How odd. Normally it was 2 at this point. Does this mean we're getting popular? I don't know how I feel about that. Let's just stick with some cobblestone for now. And that will take forever to do. It was just satisfying seeing most of it gone. And if you remember beforehand, it was stopped like right at this. It's like, there's a lot gone. Had to get an extra double chest for sand. I somehow got dirt from this, and the one coal. Because coal. Well, I want to, initially at least, work on the front area here. As this will most likely be the most important part of every castle. If you can't defend the entrance well, then there's no point in even having a castle in the first place. Of course, this will be dug deeper much later on, but first we want to actually have like an entrance set up. That's this raised, well, temporarily raised for convenience, which will later be artificially lowered. Now let's grab some more sand, because you can never have too much sand. Well, you can't. You'll just run out of it real fast. Now, do I want to? Do I like this corner here? I like it. It will most likely look nice, but I don't know. Drop the sand. Is that Tokyo down there? I keep bombing it. Too harsh a reference? Oh well. Let me lower this as well. We're in cobblestone instead of sand now. Sand just to mark it out. Oh yeah, I lowered that too. Oh, I didn't do that little side right there. Oh well, we can do that later. Sand. Drop down below. Dresden. Dresden is... It's not a ship. But then it was like a commerce escort, like cruiser from the German Empire in maybe 1904, I think it is. So, you know, it could be many other type of Dresdens that I'm just not aware of, which is most likely the case. Now the city. Now that is even more likely to be the case. I was on city of Dresden. Isn't that the one that the United States bombed after the war? No, that was not second Hiroshima, but the German ones. Because the US did bomb a few German cities that refused to participate in the war. Could be. Well, technically, every city bombing was during the war, since it's technically not over yet. But that's only like in the fine print type of things, and no one really likes those anyway. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna stay hollow in here. So then we can make little arrow holes. Just, you know, stay realistic. Well, and historically accurate as well. This is kind of the whole point of castles. Can't defend it? No point in having it. Of course, for it to first be a castle, we will need to have at the very least one bed in there. So the castle is a fortified residence. Well, a medieval castle is at least. So this here will be our marker of how forward we go. It's too much sand for my liking. See enough sand for 1 year. Oh, that's actually a very good question. Huh. Though of course I don't have it built yet, so I can't really do that. Like, essentially, like what I have it here is like it's artificially raised ground, so that I can have an advantage of height whilst defending. And this little staircase here is an artificial staircase, but it would realistically it would be much longer and a bit more narrow. Like all the way across, you would have like little arrow holes. Like as you're walking on the path, you can shoot them in the side with complete immunity. Like while like up there, they might not be able to take it, and from the sides, well up top at least, they might have their shields there, but they won't be able to have their shields everywhere. So that's also you want as many different avenues to be able to shoot your arrows from. Of course, making arrow holes in Minecraft is far more complicated than it would be in real life. In real life, dig a little, what, maybe 5mm hole, and you're good. But of course, you can be shot back from it. Well, you can shoot arrows into it, but what are the odds of that? Because shooting with the arrow in it is much easier than shooting an arrow into it. At least theoretically. There's still that, I think it was Odysseus that made that one, well, that supposedly made a, wasn't there like, what, 18 hoop shot with a bow? Ah, we don't need this anymore. This is true cobblestone now. Could probably do with an enchant. But oh well. Oh yeah, and lighting too. Oh wait, lighting. It's on hard mode. Bed. Necessary. Nice little view there though. I do like how the moon just like rises up from the savannah, the raised savannah over there. Not the sun magically, but I guess I'll need to use that lower bit there. And like, when you see a castle in real life at least, there's something about them that is so amazing. Like, you can tell that they were made to stand. Not by the fact that it's still there, but by how evident its presence is. Like it's always at the top of a mountain, or at the highest peak possible, because that's the easiest way to defend an area. But then that also raises the question of, why is it so obvious in the first place? And the simple answer to that would be, because you want it to be. If the enemy know there's a castle, then they have no choice but to attack the castle. Because then they leave themselves to flanking, or leave themselves open to flanking. Which is something that the Germans in World War II, they tried in World War I, but it was most effectively shown in World War II, during the initial invasion of France, of how lethal that could be. Where they don't have to worry about flanking, and they just push forward with full head. And they trapped the essentially, what, almost 500,000 British, or the highly trained and well-equipped British soldiers on Dunkirk. Like, if they had the supplies to keep going, and all of their commanders agreed on the same things, then the British would have been wiped out. But it also comes back to the castles again. Because if there was a fortress type thing that, say, housed plenty of, well, well-equipped tanks capable of countering Rommel and Guderian's push. I think Bach was in there as well, but he was a bit later. Like, if that potential of push would have been there, then Rommel and Guderian would have had to take out that little fortress that would have been there. Because they don't have the choice to go ahead, because then the supply lines can be cut off, which later in the war is what turned out to be the deciding factor. The supplies being cut off. Fun little things. Of course, since it's Minecraft, I'll just end up using like stairs for the air loop. And I should theoretically be able to go through them. I'll just refill this in. Yeah, that's gonna have to be lower. And eventually the whole side there will be cobblestone as well. Yes. Yeah, this is gonna... I'll probably end up pulling this back, but I don't know. At the very least, stretching it out. Yeah, definitely gonna stretch it out, make it more gradual climb. That's gonna be a full path going down to here, so that way, and going down into the valley there, where I'll probably end up making my own village later on, despite already having one over there. Still. Alright, why do I keep going up the damn stairs? Oh, right, that one's fine. So I have some sand on me, just in case, you know? Never know. Might need it. Oh no, it's just sand. This would have been so useful when clearing out all the sand on top. Why did I not think of this before? Oh well. It helps immensely now that I've thought of, oh yeah, that does happen. Oh, and making torches does sound nice to do as well. Dun 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 dun. I just love Sabton songs. We're just gonna do the outside for cobblestone for now. Come on. It'd be nice to be able to play songs during stream, but then again, there aren't many songs that are copyright free. Apart from the old ones. Like Panzerlied, for example. Very nice, smooth, relaxing song. And at the same time, almost every single label company type of thing will try to claim it. Like, well, but that's a pretty old song from 1933, and no one owns the copyright to as well. As everyone who did have a claim to it's dead. So whenever you try to use it, you'll eventually end up with what? I think it was 4 to 12. Well, 12 was initial, and it's down to 4 now of copyright claims. It's like, ah, yes. Have fun claiming Panzerlied. Of course, you claim the cover of that, then yeah, that's perfectly valid. Because it's the cover version of it, not the original. But I only use the originals. And then the disputes begin. Yeah, you can tell I don't really know what to talk about. It's like, ever so just build and mine. Right. Every damn time. Oh, sandstone. Gotta put some in this chest for once. Probably using both sides, yeah. That may be of use. Yeah, I think I might... Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna lower that, but I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I can, like, put lava down there? Ooh, but lava might turn the surrounding sand. Nah, I'm gonna keep it as sand. The sand will be good against ladders. Stars and rips. Most on post-march. And Semper Fidelis. Well. You know, whenever I hear Washington post-march, but Washington and March in the same sentence, it always leads me to the city is on fire. Well, stand and fight, the city is on fire. Of course, that's referencing Prague, but it can also be used to reference Washington during the War of 1812. Well, one of the wars of 1812. Where the would-be Canadians ended up burning the White House to the ground because they didn't want to leave the British Empire. Like, we're perfectly fine as we are, leave us alone. We don't want to be liberated, we're as fine as we are. I mean, sure, it's a good fuck you, but come on, man, it's a house. What'd that house do? The house is innocent, let it be. Don't burn to the ground. It's nighttime, so I gotta sleep again. Wait, did I put it on? Did I put it to peaceful? Cause I don't think I've eaten yet. Alright, mobs, do you spawn? If this is on peaceful, I won't need. Of course, the light portion will be very beneficial. But like back here, you can't really see all that much. At least relatively. Compared to what torches are. I'm actually not seeing it. No, it is not on survival. Hunger just went down. Alright, bet it is. So how thick do we have this one over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those 4 thick. So we'll have our 2, 3, 4, and then the wall. This section here can be done to cobblestone now, I guess. Well, since I plan on lowering this, I should probably also lower the inside as well. Nah, it's fine as is. 5 high is still pretty high anyway. It's actually... Well, if we're assuming that the characters are about... reverse third person mode, not really the easiest to use. So if we're assuming that this is the average height of a person, so say about 6 feet, so 3 feet per... Well, not 6 feet, no, it's more like a 5'8" for the average man and 5'6" for the average woman. I'll say that it's 3 feet per block, or 90 centimeters per block. So, maybe up to 6 would be a bit more accurate for the base walls. Or maybe I can put it up to 8. I'll bring it down to 8, I should say. Or we can just go in the middle and say 7. Yeah. So that'll be 5, 6, 7. Alright. Come on, just place the block every time I try to hold the trigger. Oops. Oh well. Get rid of this temporarily. Well, we're gonna have to lower it down anyway, but it's actually perfectly placed. So it's gonna be cobblestone here, because cobblestone's far more resourceful. Of course, for the non-surface areas, I'll fill in the gap areas. It's gonna be filling it with sand, which is surprisingly very good for foundations, despite being extremely bad for foundations. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Turbo foundations, if you're gonna add weight to it, they're great for filling in the spaces and then hardening over time. To do that, you'll need to add a little water, maybe a little glue in there as well. That's gonna take a little bit and harden. That turns out to actually be a fairly strong material, but a bit risky to use. Alright, go back for cobblestone. Oh well, that's normal. What is this part here? Sorry, how thick is this? We have a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a 5. This one's going down. Of course, this will later on be replaced with, well, completely with cobblestone. That was weird. That fall was even weirder. I don't like it. Well, this is gonna be so much fun digging this all out. So again, it's like the base product, the base process isn't really the fun parts. The once you're done and you're looking over all the work you've done, that's the wow, we've come a long way, haven't we? Type of thing. Well, moment. Alright, time to get more cobblestone. Could just grab those 4 that I used here earlier, but not like too representative, is it? Now, how much cobblestone will be enough? Ah, hello Coyote, welcome back. As you can see, it's not entirely done, but most of it is done. Would have been done, but had a few disputes to settle with YouTube. Well, on YouTube, I should say. With the streams being claimed where segments are only my voice, which is rather hilarious for me. Like, oh yes, my voice is totally belonging to someone else other than myself. Of course, that takes hours to go through, so yay! Unexpected copyright disputes. Forever fun. There was the one dispute. That wasn't really much of a dispute, it was more of a... Yeah, I can see where the honest mistake is, and... Yeah, the rhythm, the algorithm will definitely pick that up as potential copyright and strike it. Well, claim it. And that was the, when I used Panzerlid. Of course, though I did use the original one, which no one has the copyright to. In fact, I think it might even be banned on the copyright, well, to at least try to own the copyright to it. Because of its, well, similarities. Well, it's not really much of a similarity, but its use of Nazi propaganda. Because everything the Nazis did were horrendously evil, and nothing else can be said about that. If you try to say anything else, you are Satan. Oh, come on, really? I missed the one little hole? But I do like Bandolin. It's like that. Like, it's a very nice song. Sure, it was the theme song for the Wehrmacht, but I mean, like, the Wehrmacht was fairly impressive in its own right, was it not? And down we go. Do. And I get to do the sand thing, which I, for some reason, didn't really think of using when clearing out the top area. No, I know not why. Alright, there's one left. So how far back are we gonna want this section here to be? It's not gonna be the longest, but shit. I mean, 3 should be fine. Yeah, 3 should be relatively fine. Well, I could do 4. I can even do 7 if I want to, but wouldn't be much point in that. I have. It's actually pretty interesting to bring up Prussia. Because Prussia wasn't necessarily a German state like all the others were. Prussia was like its own kingdom that just constantly, well, quite literally constantly, always kept coming in, saving the German tribes at least, like saving their ass from all of the surrounding empires. And surprisingly, there aren't many stories about Prussia, apart from, of course, when was it? I think it was during the First World War. Well, not really the first, as it. I mean, it technically was the first because it was the only one to involve every continent. But in a sense, it was only North America, Central America. Well, North America and South America. Central America, I don't really think that's a continent, but it keeps being classified as one. So maybe it is, maybe it's not, who knows. But oh well. Already nighttime, really? Damn, that was a fast one. I like it. So, was when Prussia was just holding on its own, and the rest of Germany was just like, help us. Too many foes. Supplies. Not enough of them. US giving more supplies? Ooh, thank you. What, US fighting us? US wants to sell stuff? Oh, thank you. Hey, hang on, that would always work. Buy supplies. When the US buys nickel from Canada, turns around, sells said nickel to Germany. Like, US, you fucking idiot. We're trying to beat them, not supply them. This section back here could be where the stairs are. Hey, more sandstone. Because we definitely need more sandstone. Right now it's nighttime. Bed. We're not too far away. So yeah, Prussia, well, the Prussian kingdom, and then Prussia, then German Empire, then literally any other Germany. I mean, not necessarily every other Germany. I mean, Germany did have a pretty nice high peak from 1933 to 40. Of course, that could be classified as praising Hitler, but to be fair, he did do a very good job of restoring Germany after the First World War. Especially after the criminal levels it was decreased to. Not criminal sense that it became nothing but criminals, but it was left in a state that would be classified as, guess it's beating a body so badly and just leaving it in the gutter to die. It's that type of criminal. And to be able to bring a nation back from that, it's not something most people could do. Getting the support from the people once showing any bit of progress in that, yeah, then you'll have the people's support pretty easily. Especially if you continue to promise and prove that you are restoring them to their former glory and honor. So it's understandable how Hitler gained people's support fairly easily, because he actually stuck to his promises. Well, maybe politicians should do that nowadays. They might see better results. Yeah, I'll always find a way to joke about the Americans. The people themselves, not that bad. The people of the people that are elected to represent the people. Now those are the ones you always laugh at. Why? Because they're too stupid to fulfill their own promises. And then again, they're also too stupid to realize what they're actually doing. Which is creating a nice little vacuum for the, I want to say, leftist party. Like, it's not entirely left, but it's mostly the left parties. Are just, they continue failing to get into power. Well, at least using the power properly. Yeah, I'm really all over the map today. Going from the medieval castle designs to the world wars and Hitler to U.S. politicians. All over the map, as always. But again, all over the map is kind of fun in a way, but it's not the same thing constantly. Like mining sand for hours on end, and going through 2 diamond shovels. That was not fun to do. So we're gonna do 3 here. Alright, back to making fun of US politicians. Well, not only politicians, but their weaknesses. If they were, since it's the US and US is a democracy, you can't really be too aggressive. And when they do, well, at least promise not to take things away from people, they tend to have spectacular results. Which is kind of why Trump won the 2016 election. He's the only one who didn't promise to take things away from people. Doesn't that link us back to Hitler as well? Because Hitler never promised to take things away from people. In fact, he gave things to the people. Well, sorry, brought things back to the people. Like food and water. You know? Very, very important stuff. And now we're back to Hitler. And somehow we're gonna end up all the way back to medieval castle designs. Later. Ooh, actually that looks nice there. Alright, no, focus on Hitler for now. Some things that matter, like maintaining the damn road. Ooh, maintaining the roads. Very good point. However, that's not really a politician's thing. Nor is it something that's really even possible in the first place. Because how much are the roads used? especially the interstate roads. Well, I think that's the very big ones. They're arguably the ones that are most constantly fixed, I guess, and maintained. They are constantly being repaired, and that's because of all the traffic on them. Then there's all like the still public roads, but not main roads type of thing, where the pavement is extremely in poor condition. But then again, well, not necessarily extremely poor condition, but some of them definitely are. Like, it's very expensive to fix a road, and how many roads are in the U.S.? Dirt, that's actually a good thing. Good and bad. Bad is mud. No one likes mud. But good because you don't need to worry about it going away on you. Which is kind of why I like gravel roads better. Sure, they may not have enough traction. Well, you won't be able to get enough traction if you have like a car or something like that. But still, it requires far less maintenance. Maybe spray down some calcium every 6 months or so. Then you can do that just while driving. You don't need to close the road for that. But then lastly, it's back to like how that would affect the economy as well. Because a surprising bit of the U.S. economy is just road maintenance. That's where most of the home-based economy comes from. Just maintaining the country. I'm gonna have to lower this too. Oh, right. Alright. I'm getting lots of sand here. Don't know how I feel about that. But this is starting to look nice a little bit. Because that's going to be lowered later on. The only place with dirt roads. Nope. I'm assuming that's like for like a primary use type of roads and not like all like the forest roads and that. It's taking a forest road and making it into something that's not dirt roads. It's kind of a pretty stupid idea in the first place. Because, dirt roads tend to last the longest. Especially if frequently used. And I think it's the only type of road that doesn't get into a worse condition the more you use it. Of course, it will have a little bit of wear on it, as all roads. Like, say, if you have like a transport coming in with a 70-ton machine on the flat deck there, it's for logging operations further in, then yeah, that's gonna damage the road a bit. But it's not like that can't be fixed. And I'm gonna have to redo this section, but it does look nice. Well, yeah, for a car though. Although if you have something like a car from Ford, surprisingly does very well with dirt roads. Although it also depends on the quality of the dirt road when it was made. If it was made like, say, in the for when, like the loggers, when they had to use horses, if the road was made like during that era, or at least in the later bits of the era there, then it's going to be a very good dirt road and it's going to last a very long, significant 100 years or so. At the very least. Source? Grandfather. What was one of said loggers, and the roads are in very good condition nowadays, despite extreme use, for a dirt road at least. Of course, there is mud every there and then, but honestly, that's gone fairly quickly and doesn't really pose much of a threat. And cars do go fairly often. Well, compared to other vehicles. Although I haven't actually seen any cars lately. Of course, since no one really makes cars nowadays. Only the luxury type companies make cars. All the more mainstream ones just given up on the concept entirely for some reason, despite being far more efficient than these damn SUV things. Up we go. Too far away. Ah, still like that view. Now, well, that's sand though. Sand will always get into everything. I gotta lower this down. Alright, stone and cobblestone takes forever to mine. Compared to sandstone. But oh well. Although if it's a dirt road, it's gonna be fine. If it's a sand road, then no, you're fucked. That's gonna get everywhere. And it's not gonna last long. And in that case, with mud, it's just... Well, sand doesn't really get mud, but when water gets mixed in there, and it's only just sand and water, you're just gonna be sliding all over the place. You're gonna see far more vehicles in the ditch than anywhere else. These collisions, though, I would expect to be far fewer. Primarily because, well, everyone would know how likely it is to go off the road or get stuck, and they would far less willing to just press the pedal as far down as you can go. In that case, safety would surprisingly go up, but durability would drastically drop. Alright, so we started off with... That's gonna be cobblestone. More cobblestone? Always more cobblestone. Because cobblestone is quite literally life in Minecraft. And surprisingly, cobblestone was actually also considered... Well, not really considered, but used as... Well, the most used resource during... Well, can't really say during the era, but... during the time of the Holy Roman Empire. Right, no need for torches. As it is better, what was better for the horses. What was found to be better for horses than the standard dirt roads. Though dirt roads are very efficient, they're I don't know what I was gonna say there. Like, they're most efficiently used, I guess, when it's for a commercial use, not for a military type use. Well, that commercial use isn't really the right term either. It's more of a civilian, maybe, but still with a bit of commerce. Meanwhile, sand roads, just don't trust them in general. No, you can't trust sand roads. You can trust them to get destroyed very often, and in need of high maintenance. That is, of course, if people actually drive on them. Sand roads do have a unique property. Ooh, in the desert. Yeah, well, no, not really in wooded areas, but yeah, that's where they're best. True, but then again, sand is a terrible foundation if not done properly. Alright, now what was I saying? Oh, I completely forgot what I was saying. what I was talking about, but oh well. Oh, we're gonna go. Ooh, yeah, we're not gonna go up for a little bit unless we just do this. Alright, up we go. That coyote's gone for once. How odd. It's like he finally knows that there's no need to stay with me. He can just go off and do his own thing. Hooray! I'm not occupying his time for once. Alright, I do have cobblestone left over here. Could have used that. Gonna bring this back a little bit. Oh, the dog's getting a nightmare. How sweet. What? Sand? Not meant to be sand here. It's not like I've raised the ground a little. A lot. See, yeah, you're not the only one. I too, like, what was I talking about again? Yeah, sand has unique properties. Yeah, sand type roads have the unique property of not deterring when not used. Like if you've ever seen like a sand at the bottom of a river, like it's just there, and it's not gonna go anywhere. However, the moment you touch it, then it's all over the place. It's kind of like that. Well, that also goes with it being fairly resistant to rain. Well, not really floods, because then the flood will just take everything with it, regardless. Except for paved roads, however. Paved roads do tend to stay, but they do get incredibly damaged. To the point where you're better off just having it completely gone, and setting a new slate. I could go off into the recovery of Europe after World War II with that whole new slate type of thing, but no, we're sticking to roads for now. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Why do I keep forgetting what I was about to say? Alright, sand type. Oh, I'm gonna need to make a new pickaxe again. I just made this one too. Damn it, I'm gonna need a new one. Alright, let's try to ignore roads for a bit, but this is starting to look a little nice. Of course, I'm gonna have to lower things, but still, it is starting to look nice, and I do like it very much. Hello there! That one would be... Oh. The Line from the North. Yes, that's that song. But some people have actually tried to split into two different songs for some reason. Like there's a line in the north and there's a line in the north. It's the line of the north. Or line from the north. And what is that damn hole? Like you could see this earlier, but... Just what is this hole? That's it, this is it. What a weird hole. Yeah, that is a really weird hole. I wonder what it's used for. Or what it could be used for. Ooh, that hole could potentially be used as a secret entrance. This got to go. Yeah, we can lower it to that one right there. Ow. Oh. Yay, more dirt. We don't need to lower it to there, but oh well. And suddenly my eyes are hurting, but I don't know why. And this will be fine for now. This can always be done later on. Dirt sounds a bit different though. Oh, nighttime! Hooray! I have to go over this anyway. Chest, very useful. Sunset or moonrise? I'm gonna have to say moonrise on this one. This looks so much nicer. No. Yeah. This looks very nice. The Paris catacombs. Oh, right. Giant hole there. Well, missing wall there, I should say. Hollowing out the Paris catacombs. You know, that is so if we were to... Oh, they're here. Like, I don't think it was that big a drop, was it? We could potentially, like, go down to here. Then, going this way. Let's go all the way underneath. Yeah, I don't see why anyone would go there for a secret entrance. Just like go underneath that way. Could possibly link up into there, or I can just go into the castle, which will eventually be over there. Oh, view new post for your community on. Like, just love those odd little messages you get from the PSN network thing. So looking at it like this kind of looks a bit like a trench. It's like, come on, comrades, hold the line! Don't let the Finns through! And then the Finns retook the land. And refused to advance. Well, any further than was previously their land. Which later ended up being the doom for the Axis. Well, being a contributing factor, at the very least. See? I told you we'd make our way back to World War II. So, with the Finnish refusing to advance to Leningrad, which would have been extremely useful for the siege of Leningrad, as it would have cut off the last supply line the Soviets had to the city, which would have forced them to surrender the city. Then that would have been a large portion of the German army that could have then be used elsewhere. For example, Stalingrad would be in desperate need. building with Chuikov and Rokosovsky or Rokosovsky. See, I don't really know his name too much. Oh, wow, 4 people? Ah, hello, Surge Flame. Drop the dirt and the sandstone. That one's so full. Yeah, don't want to take fall damage needlessly, at least. Let's patch this up. I'm not actually placing anything, am I? Nope, my face is in the way. I could potentially do this. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe pull this back, maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, it's too thin for my life. I'm gonna get rid of this section, this column here. Then this one here might be the cobblestone. Yeah. Alright, well, let's make. Do I have... No, I don't have the crafting table here. That may be of use, though. Let's see the tower in the distance, and it's not as... Well, it's not towering high above everything else, for once. Like, it's still higher than here, but just the fortress looks nice. The farm, however, looks extremely out of place. As for how I'm doing today, I have to say fairly well. Got a lot of sleep, which is greatly appreciated. I'll do the one here for now. So far, so good. Although, to make it better, there's always Sabaton. I can't really go a day without listening to at least one Sabaton song. They're too good. Of course, the sky bridge here doesn't really seem too fitting, but I will eventually get rid of it. Or do I want to, though? It is extremely useful. But we'll just look at, like, maybe I could get rid of this section here, or maybe like a save, get rid of it, see how it looks without it, then unsave. Well, not unsave, well, then exit without saving. This is how I gotta go. Sand here is unacceptable. Any more? So eventually this here will all be cobblestone all the way down as well. That's... First Sabaton song I've ever heard. Ooh. That's a great question. Let's see if I can remember. Well, heard to its full completion? Well, I guess I would have to say, I think it was Coat of Arms. However, the first song I heard of Sabaton's was just like through the mic of a friend that I was in a party with on the Xbox 360 back in 2012, I think, no, 2011, and it was Panzerkampf. I'm like, I like this song. It sounds very good. And then, like 2012 onwards, I've just been listening to the same songs over and over again, never getting tired of them. And that's how you know a band has, well, you found a good band. Where you can listen to the same songs over and over again and never get tired. We'll never get tired if... Yay, finally happened. Well, I could make cobblestone pickaxes, but I don't think they'll last very long. Should've had that one when I was over there. I'll put that here. Back to base. Tail and back. Ooh, that's a nice one. Especially with Tommy's whistling at the front. Not the front, yeah. Beginning. Well, it's Tommy who does the whistling now, but it wasn't back then. Tommy wasn't part of Sabaton back then. But now I have a question. What would you say the most memorable of Sabaton song there is? Like which sticks to memory the longest? Just like pops into the head for a random occasion. Yeah, the Hell and Back does have a very nice start to it. Down, down, down. Wait, what was I mine? No, this. Oh, so I can mine the whole thing. Except for this. This one's mean. How dare you not be doubled? Don't need you. Oh, come on. Really? It had to go there? Oh well. So much sand. Our torches back up. Oh, let's just drag this way. Oh, sunset already. Alright, bet again. For a moment there, I thought the time pickup was almost like out of their building. Like, wait, what? How'd that happen? Oh, floating beds. That's not fun. Huh, memes for all the lonely people. That's a great notification to get. But I am not lonely. There are 2 people in the chat. So that is not lonely. At least I hope it's not. Ooh. Can this go all the way as well, or? And how much is this sandstone? That's a lot of sandstone. Why is there so much sandstone? Yeah, I guess it was somewhat raised there a little bit. Oops. I'll put the torches, then I'll get rid of the sandstone. There's always one that's just sand. I want to mine you already. Mine. Of course it makes... Really? It does that? I didn't know. Yeah, it's weird how some of them are just like only 2 and some are like 3 or 4. You are sandstone until you shall stay as sandstone. Yes, shovel, the best pickaxe there is. Actually, pickaxes nowadays are kind of obsolete. Unless you are, of course, trying to break a dam. In that case, they are very, very useful. A beaver dam, that is. Oh, this is so nice to see open like this. This here's all can be cobblestone. Hold on. Cobblestone? Cobblestone. Why is there so much cobblestone? I definitely want to do that. Ooh. Yeah, of course I'm gonna dig back that way for this one as well, but for now let's do this. Let's leave this open like that. Alright, that'll do. Number 2. Because you can't place 3 down for some reason. And back down to 2 people. Oh well. Ooh, running long cobblestone, are we? I may have to go mining for once. Or just sit in front of the cobblestone generator while watching YouTube videos and just have the pickaxe constantly mining. With an iron pickaxe, of course. We don't want to use a diamond one. Oh, you can do that? Oh, that is a nice thing. I didn't know you could do that. Well, now I'm tempted to make like a secret like parkour type entrance. Maybe with a few puzzles as well. Hey, you, give me your cobblestone. For the top here, it's gonna be covered with cobblestone as well. Well, I'm adding my voice there. Ooh, this first nail feels nice. And strawberry milk. Very tasteful. Alright, let's get more cobblestone. And place sandstone away. Full sandstone. Yeah, and sand too. Sand and dirt are really like the children that no one likes type of thing. I haven't even done that one yet. Yeah, let's do here as a temporary measure. Let's see how it looks like. Yeah, it's... You can shoot an arrow through there. Oh, this might actually be very nice. Should be on the downwards. But if it's shooting down, hold on. Just get rid of this here. Yeah. Should pass that for looks. Oh, yeah, this one's definitely for shooting down. That's actually very useful. Oh, very nice looking too. The view that you can get with this, I like it. Well, the view whilst being protected is very nice. Where can I pull 2 in? Got it. It's very important to be consistent. Okay, this consistent? No, consistent. So here, and then we're gonna pull 2 in. And how far back am I pulling as well? Yes, do that for now. So we'll use this. Oh, let's use here as a backline. Well, baseline. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then wall. 6 and wall. 1, 2. Haha, out of my way. So we got 4, 5, 6. Got it. We took the torch already. Naturally, on the sides here will be stripped down on the mountain as well. Because, no, you don't want people climbing up on your castle. If you can restrict the avenues of advance to 1, you don't have to defend from one place. And that's extremely useful when defending. You can remove the avenues of attack, you're golden, which is why all castles were historically made on mountains. Not all, though. I shouldn't say all. Because there were the odd few that were made in a mountain. I think there's one, I think it's in Romania or Hungary. Might even be in the parts of the Czech Republic now. Yeah, it's Czech Republic now. That's the fun thing about Czech Republic. It's like, if like Czechoslovakia just sounds better than Czech Republic. Regardless, it's still the Czech people. Yeah, the name's constantly changing. Like, whatever political party it has, it always changes its name. Like, why does it do that? Yep. Yeah, fine. We'll turn nighttime as well. Alright. Damn, knocking on the wall. Who knocks on walls nowadays? Only by night? It is essentially night. That mountain will eventually go. It will go. Yeah, it is a fun word to say. Like at Czechoslovakia. Then the Czech Republic. Czechoslovakia. Czech Republic. Which, and since the Czech Republic is originally made of 2 separate countries, there's Slovakia, and then there's whatever one the Czech was originally, which I haven't ever bothered to look into for some reason, which I can't think of myself. Alright, should be nighttime now. Yes, it is nighttime. Back to the floating bed of mysteries. I should probably move the bed for safety reasons. That might be a good idea. Still, it's like Czechoslovakia. This sounds so nice to say. It's just a fun word to say. How far back are we pulling this? We're pulling it back to here. But for width, how wide is it gonna be? I'll do this technically. Yeah, it's fall damage. Yeah. That's so. Yeah, the 2 spare. Well, that ain't even. Ah, cobblestone face. There we go. Starting to look more proper. gonna need more cobblestone as well. I'm definitely gonna need much more cobblestone. What I've always should do, at least, theoretically. And speaking of Czechoslovakia, I'm forgetting the guy's name, unfortunately. Yeah, I keep forgetting his name. I can't think of his name right now for some reason. That's a lot of sand. No, he was a marshal in... Well, he became a marshal in the RAF, or Britain's Royal Air Force. And in there, he essentially taught all the pilots who... Well, taught and retaught all the pilots who were to fly in the Battle of Britain, which was the last chance Germany had to take out Britain. Of course, they had plenty of choices to choose from beforehand, but they didn't actually go with any of them. Thank you, Torch. Oh, was that only one sand there? How odd. Oh well. Right, yeah, Far From the Fame. It is a Southtown song. Like, why am I forgetting his damn name? Kalyanosek. His name is also fun to say. It's like Kalyanosek. Czechoslovakia, Kalyanosek. There's something weird about the Czech language. It's like, just fun to say. And they also have a good hockey team. They do pretty well in that. Of course, they're no Canada, but that's Canada. Canada does hockey for a living. Well, when it's not at war. Because then war suddenly becomes a living, or a lifestyle. And in fact, what most Canadians, wartime Canadians I should say, consider to be everyday lives, most people would consider to be, how the fuck are you able to do that? Or how did you even think of that? Like the breach and charge type of advancements that the Canadians thought of and put to use when clearing the Germans out of Italy. Rather than opening doors, blow holes in the wall and go in that way. Very fun to do. That's about it now. Did I get it right? There's one here, and one. Yeah. One here, and one. Perfect. Surprisingly, isn't that many Sapton songs about any Canadians, though. Of course, there is Pegamagabo, or Pegamegabo, as some people tend to call him. Or Pegamegabo, invoke the spirit. I love that song, though. Like, seriously, who the fuck sneaks into enemy trenches, takes their knife, and cuts things off their uniform that they're wearing whilst they're sleeping? Like, who does that? Of course, it has to be a damn Canadian who does that. And there's also the let's say, group of Canadians who just didn't give a shit. Like, you want to give some medals? Fuck you, you're not qualified. Love that little group there. Just refused to believe that the person awarding them the medals was qualified enough to give out any medals to anyone regardless. Of course, the person giving the medals was General Montgomery. It's like, oops, maybe? There's also that one time Canadians burnt an entire city to the ground because they thought that a civilian shot at them. Yeah, Canadians really do change when they hear the word war. I promise I will not change when I hear the word war. Oh, really? One sand too, huh? Just gotta be that way. Oh, come on. And yes, there will be stairs on this side as well. Just gotta figure out where the stairs are. In the last two? And how far in do they go? 2 or 3, or is it 1? I think it's instantly. Then it goes up. Yeah. Ooh, actually no. It was in 1, up, and in the square. So it's 2 in. And speaking of Canadian military stuff, well, Canadian wartime things, we can talk about D-Day as well. During the invasion of D-Day, well, of Normandy, or Operation Overlord, the Canadians are the only ones who even reached their checkpoint. And despite having, I think, was the second most fierce beach to take on, they were the only ones to clear, well, get to their checkpoint. And funny enough, they actually went further than they were meant to. Which I find to be absolutely hilarious. And then there's also the Americans, which can't, again, be laughed at. Because though they did have the most dangerous beach to take on, they did also not face as many enemies as they were meant to. Well, as they would have otherwise. As of course, most of the German forces were at, well, not most, but the most heavily fortified place of the Atlantic Wall was the closest, well, the smallest point between Britain and France. Then the smallest point of the English Channel. Wrong block. And once the invasion of D-Day had begun, Rommel decided to pull some of the forces there and send them to where the invasion is currently ongoing, as they are desperately needed there. And who had to intercept them? Had the misfortune of intercepting them? Of course the Canadians did. Oh, yep, this is wrong here. Yeah, I pushed 1 too far. Of course, I end up pushing 1 too far, as the Canadians did. Damn it. I'm like my damn ancestors. This cannot be happening. Is that a witch? No, it's a damn merchant thing. And yes, that is a very good, I think it's a chorus, I think it's called. There we go. not even much sand that needs, it's mostly sandstone. Oh, last stack of cobblestone. But what if we do at least let's get rid of the sand beforehand. Really, only one layer of sand there. Damn, there's not much sand here. Right, that one can stay sand for now. Ooh. And actually, now that I'm thinking of it, well, of the whole invasion of France thing, and since I did mention the Battle Brain earlier on, there is one thing that could have been done, and that they did have the resources for, that could have ended the war a couple years earlier. And even just a few months earlier is always a very nice thing, but a couple years can be drastic. And that would be... the Battle Brain was the last big effort from Germany to take over, well, their last chance really to take over Britain. There, last one right there. There's the one just there, but oh well. Let's start off nice. Yeah. Right, so since they fielded every plane available, well, every fighter available. What did you have? Oh, you suck. Since they fielded every plane, well, every fighter available to defend the area, and they also fielded all the bombers, well, just so they wouldn't get bombed, whilst on the ground. They just had them fly up north to Scotland. Or was it... or did it reach Scotland? Well, somewhat to Scotland, but I don't think all of them did. Regardless. That's gonna be more than a cobblestone. Food though, I'm trying to look a bit low on food. I could just stop at the cobblestone generator and take some from here, but oh well. Yeah. What they could have done instead was, say, keep the 401 in reserve, but equip it only with the longest range fighters that Britain had access to at the time. Of course, that would greatly increase the workload on the Polish and the Czechoslovakians. Or are they even called the Czechoslovakians? I'll just call them Czechs. And the Czechs. To defend the skies. However, let's say, well, maybe not all of the 401. Let's say about half of the 401 would be stationed on the ground in a concealed location, of course. Let's not get bombed. And just wait for the Battle of Britain to be over. And once it's over, have the other half of the 401 land and refuel and rearm and that stuff. But while they're landing, the rest of the 401 and all the bombers have already taken off and are heading across the channel. Of course, the channel is pretty far, or pretty long, so it would. I can do slabs here. Yes, slabs will be done here. And since the Germans, well, all their fighters are in extremely low numbers and low on ammunition and that stuff, they'll need to land. And when they're on land and like rearming and refueling that, there should be enough time to where the bombers and fighters would get there just in time enough to completely finish them off. Like to the point that they don't have enough fuel to take off and fight, but they have just enough to where they would continue the rearming and refueling to get the fires up as fast as possible to intercept the bombers. Like, it's a theoretical plan that would, if it would work, take out the Luftwaffe, at least the section that was, wait, why is this here? What's this regular cobblestone? Why did I use regular cobblestone for this? No. Damn it. I would be able to take them out, a section in France at least, and if at all possible, maybe bomb a few factories as well. Of course, the part of the 401 there would be just like protecting from any fighters, reserve fighters that would be sent up, and that stuff. But the 401 not being, I feel it's Billy Joel. I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever heard of Billy Joel. I have heard of it before, but only in name. That's about it. Alright, I can do this side now. Yay! Yay! Oh, this side's not gonna be fun to do. Like, the 401 was arguably, not gonna claim that it was, but it was arguably amongst the stronger wings during the Battle of Britain, to the point where they even chased the Germans out, while all the others were just content with surviving the battle and winning the battle. So perhaps not having the 401 in its full potential would severely reduce the odds of actually winning the Battle of Britain. But then again, I feel like if such a plan had been presented to British High Command to a counter-strike right after they're pushing the Germans back, that they would go for it, because it is part of the British spirit in a sense. It's a never let your enemy get away with hitting you without hitting them back. And it would also boost morale for the British and the Allies. Oh, Piano Man. I'm definitely gonna look him up afterwards, at least. So, although, see, when thinking of hypothetical historical scenarios, it's always a type of, right, would they even consider it? Really? Shovel broke? Stone shovel you'll have to do. Yep, no fall damage. Hooray! Honestly, sand? Yeah, sand when you're using a shovel, it sounds so nice. I don't know why, it just sounds nice. Soka. I'll probably bring this down as well. Should I bring that? Yeah, I do. Though, would the Allies consider the jump back, or the counter-strike that I proposed? They would possibly have thought of it, but I don't Wait, what was that? Oh. Although if they would have thought of it back then, I don't really think that they would have potentially gone with it. As up till now, the Luftwaffe has always been extremely successful. Well, not up till now, up till then. They've always been extremely successful and to be feared. So I don't think that they would take the risk of not defending at full strength. Although they would very much like the potential reward of taking out the Luftwaffe for once and for all. I don't think they would really go for it. They'd consider it perhaps, but I don't think that they would go for it. Oh, there's a one difference here. No, actually not perfectly the same. Perfect. Hooray! We just put a little bit of sand here. There we go, more sand. There was nothing. We did nothing with sand here. Let's just lower this down to get ready for the slabs. And once again, I'm out of things to talk about. Sand. See, it always gets everywhere it's not supposed to get. Back in the hotbar. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. How many? A lot more. Dang. Although this is starting to look a lot much more like a castle defense type thing. There. Yay. Yeah, that looks a lot much more like it should. Oh, nope, not yet. Let's do the roof for this place. Here we're not gonna bother with half slabs. It's not flooring, it's gonna be roofing, so we're gonna want good strong roofs. Well, it's also gonna be a flooring for what's above, but we're gonna want it to be nice and thick. Build already. And of course it's gonna get very dark in there real quick, so I may want to go put torches down now. Whoa. One here. Torch, that has to be doubled. Just has to be. Yeah, let's fill it up. Just because everything else is like that as well. See, I may even put slabs like that, just on the roof like this. It doesn't really change much of the look, but it does increase the thickness as well. And as we all know, being thick is good at times. Depending on what thick is being used. Because a good thick can be good, bad thick is always bad. Well, too thick is bad. Except for armor. In that case, as thick as possible. Well, you don't want to interfere with your speed all too much. Or with your maneuverability. Just kind of why medieval armor was never really all that thick. So it was just designed well. And we'll go 1.5 blocks thick for the roof. Yep, that should do. Or is this a bit too far forward? Yeah, I think it might be a little too far forward. Oops, wrong way. Oh, come on. Like this? No, not like that. Do you represent the turn there? Yeah, that'll do. That'll do just fine. I like it. I like it a lot. The torch there for now. That's not the right block. Nope, can't do that, damn it. Yep. Really? Almost 9 already. So almost 2 hours working on this. Well, apart from all that. And what was done last time. During the extremely brief stream. Well, it was about half the time, but it was still pretty brief. Although since this will be a castle, kind of want to stick to the whole realistic part. This one can be fine. There we go. Just fine. It's not all that noticeable, but it sticks out enough to make it look nice. Ah, welcome back. As what you've missed, really not much. Oh yeah, torches definitely needed here. Good thing I have so many torches on me. And I definitely don't need to use this many torches, but yeah, just gotta be safe, right? So let's get rid of these here, just to keep it going. Yep, we ran out. Yeah, and if you're wondering as to why I'm a... Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one right here. See why I'm like, I wasn't gonna say, damn it. Oh, that's why I have it too thick, well, as thick as I do. Like it's 1.5 blocks thick. That is primarily just because, like, despite popular belief, the thickest part of the castle wall is not the wall itself, it's actually the ceiling. Because of catapults and that stuff. Although you would still have, like, you would have like your standard wall, like on the low end type of standard wall, you would have maybe 1 to 3 meters thick. Meanwhile, the roof would be very impressive. Well, it would be like 1/2 meter thick more than the wall. Although, if you have like a, well, the 1/2 meter thick more was like the rule of thumb. However, there were exceptions, of course. That was more like a later on to medieval period. You know, that feels pretty nice. I like that. I'm not here to make it look nice, I'm here to make it work. Yeah, that can work. Okay, I don't know how I feel about that one now, though. Now, it doesn't give off the same vibe as it's turning in together. Oh. I think I'll eventually move the bed. But I won't. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Oh well. Right, more cobblestone. Don't do lots of cobblestone for this. But I don't know, I kinda like it. Just looks and feels so right. Hey, I won't need to move the bed after all. But I will later once I start making the path and all that, and the gateway. Our sandstone here, our sand goes there. We're not using it anymore. Well, we won't even be collecting it anymore. For a good bit, at least. The magical bed doesn't want to stop floating for some reason. Well, I guess I could technically work into the night with this one, and not need to continuously keep going to sleep. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, the brightness problem that can occur, that's not really worth it. Especially when the alternative option is always available. A cobblestone. So, wait. Gotta go get more. Still looks nice looking into the lake like this. One day I will have support for that thing. One day. Ow. That was a tough ball. Why didn't... Oh, you're right. Food, that's why I went down. Not food. This is food. That's enough food. cobblestone we'll get it from the cobble generator. Theoretically enough. Theoretically. Yeah, like from the outside it doesn't really look like much. And yeah, yes, the offset there does really throw me off with that, but that's not important at all. Should have made more stairs. Definitely should have made more stairs. I'll go make more stairs. Now slabs, because those will also be of use. Alright, back down we go. Oh, seriously? Ooh, for this, yeah, this is filling in. Alright, and down we go. Oh, I like it. I like how it's like with the double torches there. It's more like a pathway of sorts. The whole thing just looks like a pathway. But once it's done, it's not gonna be anywhere near a pathway. No, that's not gonna be like that. It's gonna be like this. Great placement, I know. Right, I'll fill this in. Don't try to replicate it exactly the same as the other side. Yeah, the hotbar thing does get a little trippy after a bit. But kinda got used to it. It's nice to have it there, but it's also nice to see more. And not have it as up in your face. And 2. Some people can be very annoying at times. Like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this again? Can you do that as well? Like, I'm occupied at the moment. I'm occupied at the exact same time, the exact same amount of time every week, on the exact same day. Well, it is every week, but the exact same day, the exact same time, everything. Like, it's not like it's unpredictable. Down the stairs we go. Hooray! Oh, I pick up. Oh. Let's place the stairs. That's not stairs. But hooray! More stairs. Oh, don't want to misplace one. Like that. That is misplacing. Seriously? Did it again? Right there. So, a little bit more slabs and more stairs. That should do. Oh, 2 more, really? Let's make, what, 16 more? 2, 3, 4. Yep, 16 more. Hooray, perfect. I gotta do the stairs the same. So just all the way through, got it. So let's do all the way through. I think it was like this. No, this side. To the other side. So flat here at this, yeah, 4 is gonna be flat. 1, 2, 3. I don't think they're the same. Something definitely went wrong. Two up and then that. Is the other one's 2 up and the same? 2 up and then that. Alright. It's probably extremely obvious and I'm just not noticing it. That's probably it. Oh, that one a corner, alright. Make this into a corner, get rid of that. So make this a corner like that. Like that, maybe? I don't think that's right. Yeah, I don't think that's right at all. Now, that one is flat and nothing else. Then the one corner on the inside. Wait, is it inside or outside? Nope, inside. Alright. Yeah, you just flat. I'll sleep it so it's not nighttime, see better. Eat food, I guess. And drink more strawberry milk. It's ever so tasteful. Up, alright. So it's this top one, that's why I'm not getting it. But how did I do it? Let's get rid of this. No, is that the same mark? Oh, so it's reverse there as well. This doesn't look right. That? It just doesn't look right as nice as it on this side. I'll put a torch, maybe that's the difference? They're exactly the same, it just doesn't look as nice on the one side as the other. Huh. Oh well. The interior portion, at least, is mostly complete. Now it's back to the shovel and the outside. Now lower this by 2. Let's start here. Oh, I'm so gonna get an efficiency down shelf for this. This is gonna take far too long for my liking. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna get changed. Of course, that's gonna be cobblestone later on as well. Alright, we have a reason to get that shovel now. Does look nice. As always, looks nice going over to the village. And the aquarium, I guess I could get rid of it since it doesn't actually work for whatever reason. Right, and 1 lapis lazuli. Or lazuli, as some people have started calling it. I'll just put sand, why not? I shouldn't be tracking any knowledge for increasements, and it does give me efficiency 1, perfect. Just what I was looking for. And now it's... oh, that is so much nicer. That's out of the way. Oh, I'll go around it. I am a pilot. Not actually, but... goes with the name, I guess. Ooh, as for the bridge, in temporarily it's not gonna have one for now. But we'll later on... like, what type of wood we're gonna want. Just a full trench would do. Why not? Yeah, this is a lot faster. Just... let's go like this for hours. Just in a straight line, let's go. Wouldn't last too long though. Corner as well. We're gonna have to make sure that all the bottom here is sand, because ladder is placed in sand tends to slide a lot, and ladder sliding isn't really the most stable type of ladder there is there. So yeah, we definitely have to use our pickaxe more, unfortunately. I have spent so many damage on pickaxes and shovels so far. It's like this. Oh, let's make another one. And make another one. Make another one. Really? Fine. Have more sand. Wait, why'd I go that way for that? Oh well. Though we are embedded in sand. That's all. And stone, I guess. It is worth it. Oh, hello, Sonic. Well, it's definitely better than the old one. Well, from the trailer at least. That was a hideous one. And now, back to digging sand for endless hours. The efficiency really does help it out a lot. Because I won't have that anymore, will I? Perhaps I will, just not in the same sense. Or place. Unfortunately, I do not do that yet. This world is gonna stay as a one-person world until pretty much it's done. So sorry about that. But don't worry, you're not the first person to ask anyway. I don't think there's been a single stream every damn time, Sand, really? I don't think there's been a single stream so far where someone hasn't asked that. Just considering how small this little channel is, it feels very good. So impressive to have it consistent like that. But oh well. But at the end though, this is definitely going to be open to the public though. In the sense that let's open the floodgates, let everyone just explore everything. But it's not now, that's many months into the future. Well, you know, mining sandstone is also kind of well, has a nice sound to it. So, well, not the picking it up part. That sounds weird. Almost nighttime again, is it? Let's change this out with some sandstone, because it's much easier to mine. Getting dark, is it? Daytime, here we come. First, blocks are on the ground. Make a small little pathway. And sleep. So we could do that. Objective. Make this all sand now. Hey, it's free cobblestone. It's contributing. to itself. Really? That's all that? I wonder how much sandstone I'll have at the end of this. The sand is not like a EMC tail type of thing. You can just put things in, they have their own values, so you can just get it whenever you'd like. Wait, why am I removing this sand? I need that sand to stay there. Oops. Oh well. Now it's time to replace the sand. Sand? How is that even possible? You'd think we'd have enough sand by now. But to be fair, this does take up a lot of sand. So it's reasonable to go through a stack, I guess. So I might go through 2 stacks. Yeah, I think we'll go through 2 stacks. Or we 1 short. Time to go through this now. Hooray for more cobblestone. And break. Yep. Bottom's all sandstone. And 1 more sand, because why not? Inventory dump time. Hooray! Wrong chest. Like, that doesn't make a lot. Still this 1 leather for some reason. Oh. Let's make some more stairs. Well then, we'll make some air holes? Right, didn't do that one, did I? Just make a hole right here. Yeah, didn't completely pull it out. let's go back in and patch up our hole. Yep, no, don't do that. This one I guess we could do like this. This one's more of a straightforward type of thing. So we'll be lowering that as well, just much later. And well, things like this corner here would be like this. Here. I mean, this whole block here would be nice, but no. Ooh, now the question: can we actually shoot arrows out of there? I haven't tried that yet. It would be nice if we could. Won't make a difference either way, but just would be nice if we could, right? Where's my crossbow at? Oops. Ooh. There it is. Well, with how much time is left, we might actually be able to finish just on time. Right, let's see this end. Lower? No. If we use these ones here. If you use like this, there's what, like a 30-pound bow here. So maybe if we were to put this here for these ones. No, that won't do. Like a quarter slab type of thing, that'd be much nicer. But they do work just fine. And now, let's see how easy it is to get a shot right there. So maybe this one. Alright, so it's not too hard once you did it right, but would still take a good archer for that. Let's see. Distance, see if we can get it in. Well, you would be being shot at, so you wouldn't really have much time to aim it. You wanna go through? Oh, one to go. Yeah, eventually. But whenever I get close to doing any enchants, I tend to die right away. Like every single time. It's level 29. Dies. Whether it be falling off a cliff? Ah. Unfortunately, I do not speak Spanish. I'm sorry about that. Okay, daytime. Well, actually, well, like these ones here are more for shooting upwards and straight ahead. So that one doesn't really matter. These ones are more for straight ahead type things. Maybe I can even do raised ones as well. I do have the height for it. Yep. Let's put one right here. That won't work. That definitely will not work. Oh yeah, that is perfect. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. No, I didn't send any over, did I? Yeah, I definitely sent some over. Let's pick up these two. And let's go find the other two. Good thing I saw 4 there. Should be within this area here. Is it down there, maybe? See, flaming arrows would be much nicer for tracing. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think they have enough strength for that. Especially after they've been nerfed so heavily for some reason. So I'll just have to say goodbye to those 2. 3 actually. No, 2 because I have the 1 on the other thing. Oh well, we lost 2 arrows. I can always make more later on anyway. Oh, no, I get it. They despawn if you're not close enough. This one here despawned as well. Yeah, having like the raised ones, definitely a nice thing, a nice addition. Oh, really? Fine, be that way. Actually, since we don't want them to hang down, we want to have some support, so there. We can connect to the walls, and this is very, very nice. Because, you know, you can shoot them. Well, let's shoot them like this, so. No well. They're gone. Nothing else can be done about that. Oh, I didn't even realize. I'll put torches like this. More than fine. More than fine enough. these ones will be much trickier to make. I mean, if I can at least get like one side done in time, then yeah, I can just mirror match later on. So for this one, let's go like that. All right. Oh, that's much, very, very nice right there. Which I could spread them out, but no, if I do spread them out, then that could lead to an arrow coming in and hitting the people on this wall. So no, that's not gonna be the case for here. Oops, wrong side. Perhaps we can do this to give him more leg room. Oh, come on, seriously? Yeah, no, that is much nicer. Of course, more stairs as well. Definitely more slabs. I've seemed to run out. So yeah, that does kind of look nice. Of course, it would be nice to just have like to move this part of the stair entirely, just have like a sideways slab, but can't really do that now, can you? It would be nice and more historically accurate, but that's not an option, unfortunately. See, I've just had an idea. Maybe pull this out a bit more. This is like this. No, maybe not. Maybe I'll just pull this one back, maybe. Okay, yeah, I definitely do have it this far back. Nope, that's not gonna work. Oh, alright, I did stairs there for support. Yeah, that'll definitely be of use. It seems like there's a perfect block there. Alright, so what word would that be? Because I don't know any. Brazilian. Isn't Brazilian the same as Portuguese? Oh no, Portuguese was the other side. Or was it? Or was Portuguese the other side of South America? Or no, it was either Spain or Portugal who had Brazil. Or at least what would later become Brazil. Either way. So, just name the word and I'll try to speak it the best I can. That's gonna go. Do that, and that. Is it the same? Yes, it is. Alright, perfect. Yes, this will be nice. That will be nice if we can fill in right there as well, but we can't, unfortunately. Oh well. No, one cobblestone. To me, comrades. We say one cobblestone. Amazing life. So how would that be? Don't quite know what that means. Yeah, this just looks out of place, really. Man, it looks better, I guess. For this one, I could maybe move it over a bit. Because I will want to have the upper area on this side as well. That would be much nice. Much nice? Oh no. Power, the hell is a power attorney? That will not work. So, you asked me to at least try to speak one word Brazilian. So can you think of a word for me to say? Because I don't know any. Oh wait, no, actually I do. I do. Coba Famantis, if I'm saying that right. Savton, always coming in handy whenever even when you at least think of it. Coba Famantis, I don't know if that's exactly a word. Well, would be considered as a certain word. I think it's more of a, there's like a name. Then names and words are technically the same thing. But yeah, Copas Famantis, I think it is. Maybe, yeah. This back. Seems to lose a very nice like corridor type of thing. Well, feel to it, but oh well. Yeah. Maybe we can have arrows in chests back there too. That'd be nice. Oh, right. I don't put them in here, just for temporary keeping. Right. I do need more stairs. Compas Pomantis Eterna e sua Vittoria. So it turns out I actually do know some Brazilian, only from lyrics from the song though, but hey, it's some, I guess. I should have made more slabs. More food. look a bit weird with that, but just stay the same. It's this corner is the corner of stairs. I won't be needing on that side either. Not really on this side here, but this looks nicer. And of course, we don't want to sacrifice function. Of course, it always does one out. We don't want to sacrifice any functionality just for looks. Oh, come on. So I'm curious. Have you heard of the band called Sabaton? Because they're where I've heard heard those Brazilian words. If they are Brazilian, I don't know too well. Yeah, that's nice there. Cobas Voluntus Eterna e sua Vittoria. Oh, in the center here, I don't really need to. Well, I only gotta do half. Half because there's only 10 minutes left anyway. It's tempted just to have like that, but that won't really work too well. Of course it does that. That will have to do. Alright. Well, I'd put this one there, but oh well. And it doesn't really look too good, but we don't care about looks. We just want it to work. And that side I'll do later off camera, so. Oh, yes, this side here, I definitely forgot to do this one. I just went for the cobblestone, I fell. That is one right? Oh, I did, perfect. Hooray! And on this end, so we're shooting into the hole here. Come on. Okay, I'll grab the stairs that fell on over. They're identical. And I'll change that as well. There we go. Alright, so I guess this is half done. Of course, so the entrance, this part here, but don't have time for that. And then we also have to lower this. Still though, it's gonna be nice. Hehehe. Yeah, it does look a bit weird from the outside with all the holes in it, but not much I can do about that, unfortunately. It's more for functionality over appearance. After all, that was the motive for when you're building castles. It needs to work above all else. Too bad? Come on, let's go to sleep. Let's go sleep in the tower. We slept enough at the future castle location. And let's go to where one of our finished products are. Products? I guess it is kind of a product in a way, but it's not only we sold, so not much of a product. More of a looks so nice from afar. Shut up, cows. Chickens, you too. Hello, Victor. Hello, Victor. I need to give him a fish one day. So, yeah. The purple stained glass doesn't really look too appropriate there, but it just looks so nice to not have it. And up we go. And let's eat as well, because, well, it's food. And let's sleep. So 8 people to guard for 1 tower. Seems about right. So, this is so far. Our boat over there. Overlooking the farm. And overlooking the village. You can still see through these. It does look nice. But the roof, for the interior design for the ceiling here looks very, very nice. Yeah, well, this is going to be the end of it for today. So I thank you all for watching and setting a new high in a way, because we've reached 4 viewers at the highest I think it was today. Normally the highest we get is 3, so a new record for us. And yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next stream. Until then, have a good time. And have a good night as well. Good night.